to you, all you wonderfully tone-deaf people out there in Criterion land. I am Nate Jackson. I'm the Criterion person that you've been watching for 100 and something plus episodes now. With supplements. Well, add supplements, it's like 150 now. And other crap. Anyway, with number... Jesus, I forgot what number this was. Wait a minute. Hang on. No, not going to worry about it. Number 140, whatever it is, it'll be up on the video. Kar-wai! Kar-wai is in the mood for love. From 2000, the Cantonese, this is 2098 minutes, Cantonese, Shanghainese. Our most recent film so far. I believe it's our most recent film. I'm not sure about, there's two more that are coming up, Traffic and George Washington, which were done in 2000, and I'm not sure if they were if they were after or before this one, but they were all in 2000. So one of our most recent, definitely our most recent so far, definitely. So we shall find out where the other ones, rank later. Anyway, this one is long. Well, the movie's pretty short, but the movie's short, very good story, very, very beautifully shot, wonderful acting on the two leads. There's the supplements, but it's another one of those, hey, we got a short film, but hey, we found a bunch of other stuff that you may or may not want on this DVD, but we're going to jack up the prices and make it 2 discs because we're freaking Criterion. And yeah, so there's that. So anyway, let's talk about this story. So, In the Mood for Love is set in the 60s. 1962, I believe, to be exact. And it's about, so you got this guy, this man who's his name is Chow Mo Wan, and he's moving into this room with his wife, and his neighbor, whose name is, I forget, it's like Su Li Shen, and they meet, and they like throw parties and all that, and I guess their spouses work together, and they become friends. They meet every once in a while. They pass each other. The Chow and Su pass each other, and every night it seems like as shortly well into the film, they find out that their partners have been staying late and not calling and all that, and they eventually realize that they're having an affair with each other, and they confront each other about it. They Chow and Su console each other, and they begin to do this weird thing where they start to act out how they would have done it, because they can't believe that they're cheating on each other, so that their spouses are cheating on each other, and so they go about pretending like they going out to dinner, and they also I think Chow and Su eventually do practice how they're gonna confront how she's gonna confront her husband about their infidelity. Meanwhile, while all this is happening, they eventually slowly begin to grow feelings for each other. At first, they try to keep it strictly platonic, because because especially Su tries to maintain the fact that if they went any further, they would be no better than their spouses. It's humiliating or degrading to go that far. But eventually, they do sort of fall for each other, and it really complicates things, and eventually we see them move. I think Chow moves away. He gets a job in Singapore, I think, for a newspaper company, and he asks Su to join him, but she doesn't. She ends up staying behind, and a year later, she actually ends up visiting his apartment and leaving a lipstick-covered cigarette in his ashtray, and she ends up calling him and not saying a thing. And so even later, so he goes to visit her, and back at their old apartments, and he sees that their old landlady's moved, but she has and he sees it like, oh, there's some woman and a child, but he doesn't realize that that's actually Sue who's there, and so he leaves without saying them. And then the final scene is a few years later. I think it's 1966 now. Chow is in it is at Angkor Wat. It's like where this hut, and there's a story that he tells earlier to a friend of his where if there's a secret that he can't, if someone has a secret that is too painful to share, or just they need to get off their chest, they go to a hut, and you drill a hole in the side of the hut and you whisper the secret in the hut or something like that, or the stone. And that's what Chow does. He goes to Angkor Wat and he finds a hole and he puts a little heart in the hole, and he whispers the secret, that he fell for Sue, and that's how the movie ends. And yeah, it's a really, really trippy story, very dramatic, very powerful drama about love and and all that, and great storytelling, by the way. I have to mention there's one particular scene where Chow and Sue asks Chow, I guess as who's playing her husband, if he has a mistress, and she ends up prying it out of him, and he says yes, and she starts crying, and he says I didn't expect it to hurt so much, and so he hugs her, and he says, don't worry, this is only a rehearsal. And at that moment I was like, oh, wait a minute, yeah, that's right, I forgot, this is a rehearsal, they're supposed to be doing this, they're keeping this platonic. I thought that he actually asked her because, she was kind of falling for him and they were both falling for each other, So, yeah, that's a really trippy. So it's really good acting, and the lines get blurred at random times, and it's a trip. So, great story, great story, beautifully shot. The leads, Tony Leung, I forget their names, Tony Leung and Maggie Chung. They're great. Tony Leung, I forgot that he was in Hard Boiled, one of the first movies. I was like, wait, he looks familiar. It's like, dang, must have been, that was what, 2 years ago? Well over almost a year and a half ago when I did Hard Boiled. I was like, how do I recognize that face? Anyway, so that's it. That's basically it. Great. They're great actors. Great everything. So, I'm gonna give it an A-, just because I think I'm gonna give it an A- because I feel like this one actually could have gone on a little longer. There's a little bit of an interview. Wong Kar-wai discusses how he actually likes shorter films rather than longer ones. I think he says something to that extent, and so that's kind of interesting. I thought that was a really interesting note. But yeah, when you see some of the stuff that they didn't shoot in in the supplements, and oh boy, are there supplements. You kind of want some of that to be in there. For instance, there's actually a little bit of a humorous scene that they deleted where they dance. They do where they do a little go-go dance together, and I wasn't sure if that was an outtake or anything, but they said that they were gonna keep it in, but they actually ended up deleting it in the end. And so that would have been, I mean, I personally, of course, being a fan of any kind of humor or anything to break tension, I would have loved that, but it honestly, it doesn't really break tension any other way with humor. So I think to leave it there, to leave it out would be, it works. But it was cool to see it in the special features. And yeah, so A-, yeah. So I just feel like there could have, some of the stuff they deleted could have been left in. So that's why I'm giving it a-. But still a really good movie. I would check it out. It's a pretty good one. And of course, if you're thinking about buying it, look no further, because the Criterion will hook you up. Oh man, I don't remember if it's in print or not, but yeah. Anyway, so supplements. Disc 1 has some deleted scenes. Let's see. And then essay on the music done by Michael Galasso, who I was actually familiar with some of his work. He did an album for ECM Records back in the 70s that was really good, or 70s, 80s. and yeah, pretty good violin player. I think he plays violin. And then there's a short film called, oh gosh, I don't know, Hua Yang de Na Hua. It's a very short film. It's just basically like a 2.5-2-minute film, showcasing a bunch of superstar, like Chinese, Japanese superstars from the past, and it's really interesting with the little Happy Birthday-esque song from the movie dubbed over it, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's just a little short, showcase of, and I love seeing all those shots, those old dramatic shots of the films, and it makes you wonder, like I wonder if Criterion will get on the ball and release some more of these. I know they have a lot of like old Japanese, Chinese films in the Eclipse series, but I don't know about the main series. I don't know if there are any other ones. I don't know if they deem them that important. Yeah. Anyway, so there's that. That was pretty cool. And then Disc 2. Disc 2 has a 50-minute documentary called "At in the Mood for Love," which is basically a making of the film. An interview with some interviews with Wong Kar-wai. One at just a simple interview, and then another one at a press conference that he did. And then there's a press conference at the Toronto International Film Festival with the two stars, Maggie and Tony. They answer questions and all that. There's an essay about Hong Kong in the 60s. And there's, of course, trailers, TV spots. Man, I groaned so much at the after watching the original Hong Kong. There were 2 trailers. They're very interesting. They're very artistic. Very not too much. It doesn't give too much away, but it gives you a little dialogue and all that. Then the U.S. trailer. Oh man, I hate U.S. trailers. I mean, compared to the original language trailers, it's like U.S. was like that voice coming soon. A movie that has shattered the edges of time. This movie was so important, it should belong in every movie theater, everywhere. Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love. Because we're so not saying that goddamn foreign title. Fuck yeah, it's called In the Mood for Love. One of the best love songs of all time. Fuck that. Well, yeah. Anyway, so there's that, and yeah, that was a groaner. We just really can't get on the ball. We can't do it. We gotta modernize shit, and it's just painful. Anyway, some great photo galleries, biographies of cast and all that, and that's it. So it's a package. It is a package. In the Mood for Love, A-. Check it out if you're into great romantic dramas. And yes. Alright, that's it for now. Tomorrow, we finally got Ballad of a Soldier. Finally gonna get to this one. Probably won't take too long. I guess it's an 88-minute film, not too long. Audio and interview, I don't know how long that'll be. That's probably another hour, but anyway. We shall see, but we shall see. So anyway, that's it tomorrow. Still waiting on Juliet of the Spirits. Hopefully that'll come in Tuesday, and if it does, I will try my damnedest to get it. I'm not sure if I can get out to the library on Tuesday, but if I can, I will. Otherwise, if the supplements are too bad, I'll do it on Thursday or Friday. Wait, maybe, actually, I don't know. Actually, this one, In the Mood for Love, and this might be the only 2 we get this week until next week. Not sure yet. So anyway, the Ballad of a Soldier. Got that one for tomorrow, queued up, all ready to go. And then, Julia of the Spirits is on its way. Bob La Flamme is on its way. Traffic is on its way. And those will probably be next week's Criterion DVDs. I'll have those. And then I got to get a hold on George Washington. I think that's one's after that. And then I forget what's after. But, yeah, we got some more modern ones, some French films coming up. And, yeah, that's it. So anyway, thanks for watching. Don't cheat on your husbands or your wives. Otherwise, you might get cheated on too. And with the respective husbands and wives. And, gosh. And yeah, that's basically it. Don't cheat. And that's it. So thanks for watching. And we will see you tomorrow for Ballad of a Soldier. And until then, goodbye.